Hey, it's great to be with you again today. I love Jesus, right? I love Jesus because Jesus does some crazy stuff, right? He does things that people don't expect. And, in his day and age, the Pharisees and the scribes and Sadducees were all in charge of the faith, and they were the giants in the faith, right? They made sure everybody was going by all the rules and crossing their T's and dotting their I's. And this one day, Jesus is walking down the street and he sees this tax collector. He's in a tax booth. He's working for the Romans, and everybody hates him, right? Because he's working for the Romans. He's a traitor to his people. And Jesus walks up to him and says, hey, Matthew, follow me. Matthew gets up out of his tax collector's booth and walks and follows Jesus. The next sentence says this: while Jesus is eating lunch at Matthew's house, other tax collectors and sinners come and are eating with him and his disciples. And I'm like, what? That is awesome, right? Not only does Jesus call this tax collector to come and follow him and become his disciples, now he says, hey man, invite all your friends and let's have a party at your place, all right? Cool, let's do that. And so everybody's having this great party at Matthew's house. And everybody's happy. Everybody's doing, they're hanging out with Jesus. He's teaching them. He's giving them some new rules and some things to go by and how to have a relationship with God. And the Pharisees have an issue. And they come over to the disciples and are like, look at this business. Doesn't your master know who he's hanging out with right now? He's hanging out with tax collectors and sinners. They're the worst of the worst. And Jesus hears them talking. And he walks over and he says this. He says, hey, you got to understand something. I came to help those in need, right? The well don't need a doctor. I came for the sick. I came to help those who are in search of God. Those who are spiritually sick, that's who I came for. And I look at that sentence, I look at those statements by Jesus, and I'm like, that's who we are supposed to be. We're supposed to be those disciples who go out where there are those who are sick, who are looking for a reason to live. They are trying to fill this void in their life, this thing, and they choose one thing after another to try to fill this thing that's missing from their lives, and they just don't know what it is. And if we don't tell them about the love of Jesus and show his grace and his mercy and his love to them, how will they ever know? How will they ever come into a relationship with God that is meaningful and deep? So as we go into this Christmas season, may we be the disciples that Jesus calls, who go to where those who are sick, those who need help, those who need to hear the great news of Jesus Christ, the Messiah. May God continue to pour out his grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.